Versatile Mage. Chapter 160. Reason to be arrogant. The atmosphere seemed to have frozen. The expressions of 10,000 teachers and students from the whole school were frozen at this time, too. What kind of talk was this? This brat, is he freaking crazy? Dean Seo mentioned it before, not a single person had been able to pull this off in all of these years. How dare you, a small little summoner student, dare to be so arrogant? What right do you have to not put the 4,000 to 5,000 new students in your eyes? There were still many old students at the Azure campus. Among them were magicians who had already been at the campus for 3 or 4 years, and they were now staring at the new student who had provoked the entire school. This caused them to lose their senses for a long time. You want to act? Who can't do that? You should first take a look at the situation of your summoner school. You haven't even reached 50 people, and now you're telling me you're going to get to 200. You want to get rid of 150 people by yourself. The evolving stage spirit wolf is indeed very impressive. Its combat prowess is much higher than your average magical beast. However, it is simply impossible for you to defeat 150 challengers from other elements with just that. Damn, did you have to be that arrogant? Not even I dared to say those words. Luo Song blurted out, his face extremely ugly. Originally, Luo Song was definitely going to be the main character of the day. There would have been many people revering him after the competition. In the end, Mo Fan's sentence directly provoking all of the elements in the school had caused Luo Song's actions today to seem like nothing. If it was possible to enter the arena for a second time, then Luo Song would be the first person to battle Mo Fan to death. Damn, I hate these kinds of people who believe they're unfathomable. So what if you have an evolving stage spirit wolf? Brothers, let's go, let's destroy it. A new student with a rather explosive temper stood up as he hurriedly rushed toward the iron cage. He really does not know his place. A couple of subtle eyes flashed with ridicule. Pearl Institute was definitely a place where hidden dragons and crouching tigers existed. Just minutes ago, Luo Song, an intermediate magician, had emerged. There would definitely be more people than Luo Song who had reached the intermediate level. There had been occasional intermediate magicians emerging among the new students in Pearl Institute in the past. They would naturally not participate in things like the Beast Battle competition. However, when a summoner student said things like that, did he really think those hidden experts would calmly let him fight with clowns and show off his prowess? Mo Fan stood in the middle of the arena and heard the swearing coming from all seats of the audience. There were more than 10,000 people in this battle area. No matter where he looked in this place, he was facing at least 1,000 people. Their voices were coming at him like thunder from all sides. It was an unprecedented feeling. However, since this was a decision he had made, Mo Fan would definitely fight each one of them until the very end. Tang Yu was not wrong. For someone like Mo Fan, who had an innate dual element, if he did not have a colossal amount of resources, then it'd be just like doing things half-assed and achieving nothing. If the little loach pendant hadn't absorbed the underground holy spring, then Mo Fan definitely would not be able to take care of all 4 of his elements. Even after he obtained such an exquisite treasure, Mo Fan still felt like he was incredibly poor. To use the spirit wolf as an example, the animal had already reached the evolving stage. Could he really let a summoned beast that was capable of reaching the warrior class remain stuck at that level? No, then he would have to obtain resources that could allow the spirit wolf to successfully break into the warrior class. A small beast refinement blood was definitely not going to be enough. Doing things like this looked like he was being impulsive. However, there was such an incredible opportunity being laid in front of him. An opportunity that allowed him to take the resources of over 4,000 new students for himself. Was it even possible for him to not even attempt to strive for it, and let it slip by in front of him? If he lost, then he would at most have been cursed at a few times. You don't die from being cursed at, so who cared? If he won, then his bowl would be completely filled up. Perhaps even the disciples from those major families and other powers wouldn't be able to sit on any resources. Spirit Wolf, don't you love fighting? Today, the two of us will fight until we're satisfied. Come, give me all you got. Mo Fan's gaze swept past the vast crowd of people. The feeling of being surrounded by the gaze of 10,000s of people was just meh. I will go and beat him until his own mom won't recognize him. Make his spirit wolf into a soup. Damn, how dare he be more arrogant, wild, and shameless in front of me, Long Aoshan. Translator note: Long Aoshan's name in Chinese basically means the heavenly arrogant dragon. I'm the cure for all kinds of braggarts. A large crowd of students began to appear by the arena entrance. Mo Fan's words had instantly sent 5,000 or so new students into a rage. Perhaps there would still be many who were afraid of Mo Fan's evolving stage spirit wolf before, but now everyone wanted to rush to the stage. If not, then it would signify that their elements did not have a single strong person. Soon enough, 5 people entered the arena. Their faces were filled with anger. It was evident that they couldn't endure his words. They had seen those who stole resources. However, they'd never seen anyone who stole the resources of new students when they had only just been admitted. He must be tired of living. Humph, it's merely an evolving stage spirit wolf. It's not a warrior. Shit. Before Long Aoshan could finish his words, the spirit wolf burst out at fearsome speed. With a single swipe of his paw, he reached Long Aoshan and sent him flying. He had a piece of defensive magic equipment, but the force of impact still sent him flying over 5 meters away. After collapsing, he was no longer able to get up. His comrades watched all that in awe. When they were watching this from the audience, the spirit wolf's speed didn't seem this incredible. However, after facing it, its speed was actually more than just double. They really are a group of people with a temper. Mo Fan looked at these people, unable to help himself from thinking it was funny. I'm an intermediate magician, and that's why I dared to make this bet. You guys are like a bunch of fools compared to Li Junwei's squad, and yet you still dare to come up here and be a disgrace. The spirit wolf didn't mess around as it pursued the remaining people. If Mo Fan hadn't instructed the spirit wolf to be lenient from the beginning, then they wouldn't just lose their arms and legs. Who knew if their lives would still be intact? After sending those people off, the next wave quickly came forth. Mo Fan just stood there without moving. His spirit wolf could easily deal with the abundance of students who let their emotions take control of their actions. However, Mo Fan refused to believe that Pearl Institute only had trash. He was just waiting there, waiting for a true expert to appear. Chapter end. Please guys like, comment, share, and subscribe.